On the 18th of April 2026, two bills died on the floor of India's parliament in a single afternoon. Almost no one explained what they actually contained. They were the 131st Constitutional Amendment Bill and the Delimitation Bill. Together, they would have settled three questions at once. Whether a reserved seat could create a new leader, how many citizens one member of parliament truly speaks for, and whether the South keeps its share of national power. Start with the women's reservation. In 2023, Parliament passed a 33% reservation for women. It was called historic. 3 years on, not one seat has actually been reserved. The Act carried a condition. The reservation begins only after a fresh delimitation. And that delimitation waits on the first census taken after 2026. The census was already years late. On that timeline, the reservation might not arrive even by the 2029 election. The 131st Amendment was written to cut that knot. It separated the reservation from the census. And to make room, it raised the Lok Sabha from 543 seats to 850. The parties that opposed it offered another path. Keep the reservation, but inside the existing 543. The difference is not small. Inside 543 seats, reservation rotates through about 180 constituencies, seats that often pass to the wives and daughters of sitting members. Expand the House, and most reserved seats come from 272 new constituencies, room for leaders who were never going to inherit one. The second question is older. Article 81 holds the Lok Sabha near a ceiling of 550 seats. A ceiling drawn for an India of 55 crore people. Today, there are close to 150 crore. So one member of parliament now represents about 2.6 million people. Against the rest of the democratic world, that number stands almost alone. The United States, about 700,000 per representative. Britain, 100,000. Germany and France, around 125,000. And the load is wildly uneven. Unnao in Uttar Pradesh carries 3.1 million people. Pathanamthitta in Kerala, just 1.2 million. Ladakh sends one member for 200,000. Mumbai North Central, one for 1.8 million. At 850 seats, the average would fall to about 1.7 million per MP. Still high, but workable. Which brings the third question, the one that did the most to sink the bills. A warning had spread that delimitation would shrink the South. It is a real fear. The next delimitation follows population, and the Souths grew more slowly. On that path, 7 states lose around 35 seats. The South alone loses 27, 10 in Tamil Nadu, 8 across Andhra and Telangana, 6 in Kerala, 2 in Karnataka. Had the amendment passed, the 850 seats were to be shared proportionally, and the same states gained 20 for Tamil Nadu, 20 across Andhra and Telangana, 10 for Kerala, 14 for Karnataka, 66 more seats for the South, not 27 fewer. The North gains on either path, 12 for Uttar Pradesh, 10 for Bihar, 7 for Rajasthan, 5 for Madhya Pradesh. Odisha and West Bengal each lose 4. The government had offered to freeze every state's share on the 1971 census, so no state would lose seats for growing slowly. There is a precedent for that offer. In 2001, when an earlier freeze was about to expire, Parliament extended it for 25 years, government and opposition voting together. That 25-year freeze expires now, in 2026. So the record reads strangely. A sidelong called anti-women moved to widen the door for women. Sides that call themselves pro-women kept it narrow. Delimitation and the census are written into the Constitution. Yet its loudest defenders opposed carrying them out. A party weak in the South argued to enlarge the South. The parties that speak for the South refused. The bills are gone. The freeze still lifts. And the next census will redraw the map of Indian power on the old 543 seats.